Okay, welcome back to my channel, guys. So today, I want to teach you how I achieve this amazing caustic effect. It's a combination of WebGL using Unicorn Studio and Framer. All right, the website was finally built on Framer. You can see this is what we're trying to build. This is the feature, glow in the dark. Okay, uh, design on or developed on Framer. But importantly, this tutorial is going to be, I know you guys can fix this already, but in case you're looking for a tutorial on Framer, I'll have to drop that for you in the next video. In this video, I want to focus on how I achieve this caustic effect. Okay, how I achieve this. You can see this drone moving, and then um, all right. This is not a real brand. This is just something I came up with myself to experiment with. All right. Designing for Titan Robotics. Titan Robotics. So I'm trying to use this effect for the website. And the only way I can achieve this effect is through Unicorn Studios. Okay. I don't know if you guys know about Unicorn Studio already, but if this is your first time of hearing about Unicorn Studio, this is a good place for you to learn and start doing magic yourself. All right, so let us dive right into Unicorn Studio. Unicorn Studio is unicorn.studio. Okay, just search Unicorn Studio and on Google anywhere, then it leads you to this. And this is what you're going to get. So this is the raw file of the effect. Sorry. So this is the raw file of it. You can see how this was created right from this place. So if you're familiar with Figma already, Framer, this is not too different. I think it's just a combination of Figma and Jita Video, or in case you've worked with anything that has timeline, because it also has timeline, because it's movement, right? For everything that has motion, you've used CapCut before, you're going to have to deal with a little bit of timeline thing on Unicorn Studio. All right. So, how did I achieve this? I think we should start from the beginning, from scratch. Just allow me to come over here to my dashboard. All right, you can see these. These are the little template I've created. So let's create a new project. Let's create a new project. All right. So this is what you're going to get on your new project. All you will have to do now is, what is going to be my background? Okay. What am I? So I went to Freepik. Okay. On Freepik, I decided to let me show you. Where is it? So on Freepik, all I searched was just underwater. Okay, underwater robot. I think the network is a bit crazy, but you don't necessarily have to. It depends on what you can see. These are the things I searched for when I was working on this. At the point I had to use AI. So all you're just looking for is maybe underwater AI, underwater, yeah, just underwater, and you're going to get so many kind of images. You can see so many kind of it. You can change the orientation from here to horizontal, so at least you can get something a little bit, something like this. Don't forget, what we're trying to work on is a brand that produce robots for underwater to fix abyss or underwater engineering. Okay, so we want to give it some kind of effect that make it look like the website is really communicating what the brand is all about or what the product is all about. Okay, so you come over here to the image panel. You can see this up here. Just click on that, and you can just upload yourself. You see here, I've uploaded some images already in my gallery. If you All you have to do is just upload. You download your image from anywhere, from Google, from Pinterest, from free pick, anywhere you want to, anywhere you find the image you want to use, just go find that image and then just use it. Okay. Um, so I come over to my downloads, I can still pick up the same image. You can see a lot of images I downloaded already. But I don't want to add all of these again because I already have them in my gallery. So I just pick it and then I come over here and say fit to artboard. So at least it can be completely big on my artboard. The second thing I want to bring on this page is going to be another image of my drone. Okay, and this is the image of the drone. You can see that you can always increase the size. You can increase the size of your element and then move it to the middle. I want it to be at the middle of this. Okay, don't forget this is what we are trying to achieve. We are trying to achieve this. All right. The next one to apply is the pipe you can see here. Because what we are trying to do is work on a website for engineering or a product that does underwater engineering. So, what are they fixing? What is this drone going to fix? It's going to fix pipe, rotten pipe, or what's the right word? I used the word rotten, not rotten this time. You know, uh, what should we use? Someone should remind me of that. If yeah, it's rust. Okay, okay. Want to fix a pipe underwater that is rusty or that is leaking, and then you have to send a drone inside to go fix it. Now, this is a drone that does the work, and you are contacted to build this amazing website. Okay, you don't have to do the same thing. You know, I just want to teach you the water caustic effect. Okay, so let me move on to what we are doing. Head back to Unicorn Studio, and we want to add that pipe to the underwater. All right, because it's also layer based. Don't forget, it's also layer based, just like Figma. You can see that you have your layers. I have the first layer, the second layer. Now let's add the third layer. The third layer is, you can see that, and I also want this to be fixed too. Oh god, so that is messing my design up. It's really messing my design up. So I want to change that. Don't fix it to. Okay, we can fix it actually. Just move it a little bit down. Just drag it down below the image. Drag it down below the image. So it's too big right now, covering the entire screen. I do not want that. So I want to take out this fit to artboard and I want to manually increase the size myself. Okay. I want to hide this so that I can focus on this. Okay. I'm going to just keep increasing this in size until it gets to the bottom of my panel. Okay. I think it's well. This is okay. Now, it's still giving some kind of it's not giving the immersion effect because it's not showing that this is underwater. So for us to do that is either you reduce the opacity of this pipe so it feels like it's underwater, or you want to come to blend mode here and use some kind of maybe soft light, or want to use, you can just try a couple of ones. This also look good. Okay, let's keep going, see if we find something. Right now I think we might just want to reduce the opacity a little bit so it feels like it's right underwater. You see, it's not too visible. I just want to reduce the opacity so by the time I show this again, you see, it can really feel the way I want it to feel like. Okay, okay, I think this is big enough. All right. Now we have just designed our composition. This is what we want to take into Framer, or this is what you want to take into Figma, or any of your design tool you use. Maybe it's Webflow, or it's Figma, or it's Framer. So I'm a Framer guy. So, okay. So let's just keep moving. Now we want to add the effects. Okay. How do we add the effect to this? First of all, I want to come over to this part. Right now I want to make the effect happen only from this. I do not want the effect to affect. All right, let's don't worry, I'm just going to fix that on the go. So you move to this part, you see this, sorry, this is the filter, this is the filter. What we want to add is actually we want to come over to maybe mask, or just drag it down. Water caustic, this is what I'm looking for. Apologies guys, this apologies guy. What's going on with my network? Something is really messing with my network. But this is the effect I want to add. My network is really messing up, so it's not allowing this to load quickly. But you can just see the name is called water caustics. I want to add water caustics to this effect. There's so many effects you can add. You can see different kind of filters, distortions. We're still gonna use one of these things anyway. You can see blurs, you can see light, you can see all this. But what we want to use right now is from this water caustic, and you can see water caustic, but it's too heavy. It's too heavy. Unicorn Studio allows you to play with the effect. Right now, you can see the refraction. I want to keep it at 50. You can see the scale. So if you want to reduce the scale to look like, but this is too high, so I want to still leave it at 50 or maybe 40. And then the ambience is nice. The ambience is nice because not to be too hard. Okay, the distortion is okay. Okay, maybe we can add a bit of distortion to that. For the 6, okay, and you can always play with everything here. You can see I want to use is out on the mix. So when we play this and we see the movement, I want it to look like that. All right. Another thing I want to add here is my mouse movement. I want it to be like when I move my mouse. As a matter of fact, let's leave that. My mouse trail, you can see the sensitivity. You can work on the mouse trail. So I want to add another effect, and that effect is going to be mouse trail. You see this mouse trail, or you want to do liquify, but I actually want to use mouse trail. I want to use mouse trail. Now you see what is going on here. You see that is working on my as I move my mouse. Now let's work on that. Now the effect, I don't want to have a motion blur. I just want to reduce the scale a little bit. I don't want it to be too much. I don't want it to be too much. Now you see it's affecting all the things. I want it to affect only the water. So I want to bring the caustic down over this. You can see that now mouse trail also below this. So even if I'm moving it, now I'm not sure this is working nice the way I want it. So let's take it off and come back to water caustic. Let's play this and see what's going on. All right. So let's, okay, if this is not working, there's a particular effect I'm looking for. So let's keep coming. We're going to find it. Um, it's not FBM. It should be under, okay, we already added water caustic. Ripple, thank you, is mouse ripple that I'm looking for. So you can see that what I'm trying to achieve is water ripple, right? So that as the drone is moving, I want you to see the movement of the water, right? So I want you to bring this ripple right over the here, right over the caustic. Okay, you see, because I do not want it to affect the pipe, because the pipe is not meant to move, only the water is meant to move. So you see me bringing this layer. So you can just click on this play so you can see how this works on your design. Can you see that? Okay. Or repo. Okay, now I want to add something to this image, which is this. I want it to move as I move my mouse or my cursor. So you come to this interactivity, and then you want it to move on both sides, not only to the Y or the X axis. If you do the X axis, it means only horizontal. It means for every time you move your mouse. So let's increase the mouse tracking to say you have to move this far for every time I move. All right, you see that to both sides. You see when I move my mouse up, it's not working because I'm on X only. You see that? Now, if I move the Y only, it will mean I can only move vertically. And if I move on both sides, it's not going to work. You see that? But if I put it on both, what I'm simply saying is for everywhere I move this mouse, within that radius of 25, you see it's 25 here. You see it's not moving to the edge because I'm not setting this more than 25. But if I move it all the way out, it means for everywhere I move my mouse to, this is going to follow. All right, but this is going to defeat the whole purpose. I don't want this to leave my frame at any point. So I think I want to keep it just as 20, not even 25. Just a little slight movement. to give that overview. Thank you. All right, I like that. If I want it to tilt a little bit like 3D, make it feel like it could tilt. Don't forget, this is what we're trying to model. We're trying to sell this in action. Can add a bit of 3D tilt to it. Say when you move like this, let's just tilt a little bit. You won't see that much because it's not too high. Because if it's too high, I don't like this queuing effect. I'm not sure I like this. Nah, I'm not. I'm not. I don't like that much. So let me reduce it a little bit. You can play with it depending on what you want to do. Anyway, all right. This is working. The mouse trail is working. Everything is working. So let's see. You see, this is really looking nice. This is looking nice already. Now, if we bring this, I want to bring this image under the water trail, even under the caustic. Yes, yes. Now, there's something about the caustic that is affecting our design, and that is the distortion on the caustic. So we'll move over here and reduce the distortion. The distortion is too much. I will come to this. Where is it? Distortion is 46. I want to reduce it completely or lightly. I think 10 is perfect. You see, it's not too much, right? It feels like it's moving in the water, but it's not too. It's not the distortion is not overly overshadowing the what we're doing. You see, now we have everything working just nice and fine. I don't like the fact that the ripple is not strong enough. So let us increase the intensity. Let's increase the scale of our ripple a little bit. Okay, and that is perfect. Okay, that is perfect. You're gonna see it come on. I think my network is really messing up. It's meant to be a real-time effect, your edit. As you apply these things, you should see it. But if your network is not really strong, it's going to mess things up for you. Okay, so now we have this effect. Okay, now let's add some text to it. I just come over here and add the text to say robotics, or what's the name of Elon Musk robot? I think is it Prime, or let's just call it Optimus. All right, I like this. So we'll come over here, grab the text. Optimus, I want to give you white. So you change the color to white. Another thing you want to do here is change the font. I want to use a font that feels, you know, a font that feels different. I'm not sure. But in case, don't let me bother you with looking for font. So let's just use any font. I want to make it a stylish one. This is a font that feels or space grotesque. Hopefully there is space grotesque here. Okay, we can just use something like space mono. Okay, let's stay with space mono. Then increase the font size to 120, 40, as the case may be. Don't forget, feel free to experiment these things yourself. And the line height, align to center. Now I want it to come below this. Can you see that? Can you see that? And this is how I created this effect. Now you might be wondering, I don't like the fact that the contrast is not too nice. Can we darken it a little bit? You come over here. Under the background, you can as well just, you see the background right here, right now is dark, black. You see the S code is 0000, 6 zeros. You want to come over a little bit to blue. I want to make it a little bit bluish because it's the ocean, so it should not be too dark. So let's come over here to something a little bit blue here. This is perfect for me. Then reduce the opacity of the background image. Okay, see that, perfect. Now the Optimus, or the name we're writing on this, or the text, is much more visible. You see how we have been able to create this without breaking the bank. You can see the overing effect, the water ripple effect. I think we need to reduce this. The scale is high, but I need the strength to be strong. Okay, you see that. And also the water caustic is giving so much of white, so I want to darken it a little bit. Thank you. I want to darken that a little bit. It's too whitish for me. Okay, now it's subtle enough. You can see the effect of the water. I mean, the water ripple effect. You can see that. You can see the movement of the bouncy effect of the ocean, and it feels just like you are trying to make this robot move. All right, if you click out, you want to see. Okay, let me see if we can just click. Now this is it. You see. See, this is really beautiful. So how do you export this to your Framer site or to your Webflow or to your Figma? You come over here to click export and you come to embed. So it generates, all right, let's generate, this network is really messing up, but it's going to generate for you. So you copy, if you want to copy for Figma site, you copy for Figma site, but if you want to copy for Framer, you just click on copy for Framer. So when you get back to your Framer, all you have to do now is to just paste in your container. You see right now it's pasted. I already have this embedded in this container, so you won't see it play. So don't panic. All you have to do is to come over here and play there, and you can see it come over. All right. So this is how I created this amazing effect. If you have any question, do not forget to drop it for me. I'm going to answer all the questions I need to answer for you. And it's time for you to start exploring much more on Unicorn Studio. All right. I'll see you in the next tutorial where I'm going to teach you something differently on Framer. All right. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and share. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.